celebrate the rhythm of Africa.
Cultural content is definitely what is missing in your teaching to increase motivation and more engagement in your learners. So if you want to transform your class, you had better learn culture teaching and especially how to integrate cultural content into your lessons. In this video, I'm giving you practical insights so you can start implementing culture teaching in your classroom. I'm Dominique Bazié, an English Language Teaching Supervisor from Burkina Faso. It was both a pleasure and a privilege that I could attend the Africa ELTA 10th Annual Conference held in Nairobi, Kenya. I had the opportunity to present the very topic this video deals with: integrating cultural content in EFL teaching, practical implementation strategies. Before I begin diving into my topic, I would like to sincerely express my gratitude to the Africa ELTA board for the great and noble work you have been doing for education across Africa. Special thanks to the organizing committee co-chairs for accepting my proposal and inviting me. I do not forget my sponsors who actually helped me fly from Burkina Faso to Kenya to attend the conference. I'm also grateful to my fellow citizens, members of the Burkina English Teachers Association, BETA, for their support. Thank you all for supporting me, and thank you for watching this video. Let me start my presentation with this simple question: can someone speak English well and still fail to communicate? Yes or no? Can they or can't they? Please drop your answer in the comment section below. Well, at first glance, the answer to this question might seem obvious, but in reality, many learners who are grammatically competent still struggle in real-life communication. You will definitely agree with me that it is more important to communicate than to just speak a language, because communication goes beyond all speaking rules of language. Communication means interacting with people effectively using a given language. In simpler terms, to communicate means to be able to understand others and be understood by them while you speak with them. Why is it that some people, say our learners, are sometimes very good English language users but fail to communicate using the language? Why does this happen, and why should we prioritize communication competence over linguistic competence? This is exactly what this video is actually all about. But first and foremost, you need to know why you, as a teacher of English language, have to integrate cultural content into your classes. There is actually one single reason why you need to start considering culture as an important part of your next English lesson and lessons to come. One reason. And this reason is because culture has stopped being just a concept. Culture is now considered as a full skill. You know, traditionally we have got 4 skills: reading, speaking, listening, and writing, right? But now things have evolved and culture is emerging. Culture has even become the 5th skill. By the way, you might have noticed that today more than ever, intercultural encounters are taking place, and they are increasing due to 3 major factors. Factor 1 is technology. Think about internet, email, social media websites, chat, artificial intelligence, and so on and so forth. All these tools enable people from different parts of the world to communicate with each other faster, cheaper, and further than before. So your learners need to be competent in intercultural communication to be part of this technology. Factor number 2, globalization. Today's world has become one global village. Boundaries between countries do not exist anymore. Globalization brings people from different cultures into contact with each other to do business. This is happening nowadays more than in the past. So, in case your students want to do international business and become businessmen and businesswomen, they need to be interculturally competent, and this happens right in the classroom. Factor number 3 is immigration. People are moving about or being displaced by force everywhere in the world. This is due to many factors such as natural catastrophes and conflicts. As a matter of fact, immigration brings people from different cultures into contact with each other, sometimes causing tension and conflict. Imagine you or your students are in such a situation where you live with people from various cultures. How would you successfully interact with them if you do not have intercultural communicative competence? In such a context, language is no longer just about grammar and vocabulary. It is about meaningful interaction across cultures. This brings us to the focus of my presentation: integrating cultural content in EFL teaching, practical implementation strategies. But before going further, let us clarify three key concepts: culture, intercultural communicative competence or ICC, and cultural content. First, culture. What is culture? According to Edward B. Tyler, culture refers to shared beliefs, values, behaviors, and ways of life of a group of people. There is no people in the world without a culture. Similarly, there is no culture without a group of people practicing it. That being said, culture teaching is no longer an option for you as a teacher. You have no other choice but to learn how to integrate cultural content into your classroom. Second concept to clarify is intercultural communicative competence or ICC. What is ICC? This is the ability to communicate effectively and appropriately with people from different cultures. Third and last concept to clarify is cultural content. Understanding this concept of cultural content is essential because you will know how you can practically implement culture teaching in your classroom. As a matter of fact, Tomalin defines cultural content as teaching materials and activities that reflect cultural practices. Simply put, when you teach from a material which is associated with any culture in the world, that material is called cultural content. An important idea to keep in mind is this. According to Isra Abdurrahman, students should first engage with their own cultural experiences before exploring others. He said, students should be given the opportunity to enjoy certain activities that are part of their own traditions before setting about exploring those of the target culture. This creates a bridge between the familiar and the unfamiliar. Let's take the concrete example of Burkina Faso, which is a landlocked West African country. In Burkina Faso, there are over 60 ethnic groups speaking over 60 languages. The three most spoken languages are More, Jula, and Fulfulde. French is our official and working language. English is not widely spoken in Burkina Faso. It is rather learned and taught as a foreign language. Overall, the Burkinabe culture is both rich and diverse. You will not regret visiting Burkina Faso. This is a typical classroom in Burkina Faso. You can see students wearing their uniform made of a traditional fabric called faso d'Anfani, making it a cultural attire. As a teaching supervisor, I conducted a study in a teaching context involving 54 participants with a sample of 36 teachers. The aim was to examine how cultural content is actually integrated into English language teaching practices. The findings are quite revealing. One question was, is integrating cultural content in teaching important? All 36 teachers said it is important. When it comes to the frequency of integrating cultural content, only a small percentage of teachers always include it. Some do it often, but the majority include it only sometimes. This shows that while culture or culture teaching is recognized, it is not yet systematically integrated. Later on, I found out that teachers face three main challenges in Burkina Faso. First, lack of training. Second, limited teaching materials. And third, time constraints. Now let us discuss benefits of culture teaching. How important is culture teaching? Well, according to Michael Biram, integrating cultural content into language teaching enhances communication skills, develops intercultural awareness, increases learner motivation, promotes tolerance and respect, makes learning more meaningful and contextualized. Now, I would like you to take a few minutes and think about this question. What cultural activity can you integrate in your classroom? Do this as homework until we meet again for a concrete example of integrating cultural content into your teaching. And if you want to benefit more from me and from my channel, I actually share the exact resources I use personally in my own classes. You just have to go to the channel's dashboard and click on playlist. Then you will select the content that interests you most. And then you go to the channel's description to find the resources. But before you leave this video, this is very important. You must never forget. We English teachers are not just teaching English. We are preparing learners to interact with the world. If we just teach English by focusing only on linguistic competence, we risk producing what George Harry calls fluent fools. That is, learners who speak English very well but fail to communicate appropriately. Our responsibility as teachers, therefore, is clear. We must move beyond teaching language as a system and embrace teaching language as a cultural and social practice. In other videos on this channel, I show you practical examples of integrating cultural content into your teaching practices.